Good day to you. Today we are going to see gas sensors of a few types. Gas sensing is not very old field, looks like it is very new field because not much of information is available in the internet. So whatever is available I am presenting here to you. So mostly basic operating principle are not much available. So one principle I have seen is the gas is collected between two opposite each other plates, and then the resistance between these two plates varies depending upon the amount of gas available. This is one way of calculating the gas availability. So most of the sensors seems to be working under this principle. This is Kadal Amudam from Chennai, India. Let us see various sensors one by one. Let us start with CO2, carbon dioxide sensors. An infrared lamp directs waves of light through one tube light from a tube filled with a sample of air towards an optical filter in front of an IR light detector. The IR light detector measures the amount of IR light that passes through the optical filter. The 4.2 micron band of IR radiation produced by the lamp is very close to the 4.26 micron absorption band of CO2. Because of the IR spectrum of CO2 is unique, matching the light source wavelength serves as a signature of fingerprint to identify the CO2 molecules. As the IR light passes through the length of the tube, the CO2 gas molecules absorb the specific band of IR light while letting other wavelengths of light pass through. At the detector end, the remaining light hits the optical filter that absorbs every wavelength of light except the 4.2 micron wavelength absorbed by the CO2 molecules and the air sample tube in the air sample tube. Finally, an IR detector reads the remaining amount of 4.2 micron light that was not absorbed by the CO2 molecules or the optical filter. So this gives a measure of CO2 present in the tube. The sensor's conductivity is higher along with the increasing gas concentration. As the concentration of the gas increases, the resistance drops. So this is a common method used for measuring various gas also. So gas sensors are high sensitive to LPG, propane and hydrogen, also could be used to methane and other combustion streams. It is with low cost and suitable for different application. I took it from a website but it does not look very authentic. The above sensor may not be able to identify the presence of any gas, but it can serve one purpose. Let us see, we are installing the sensor in an LPG plant. Then we can monitor the amount of LPG in the air around the sensor. The conductivity of the air inside the sensor will change due to the presence of LPG, which will give an indication. The concentration of other gas can be sensed using the sensor. This may work for many types of gases. SO2, sulfur dioxide gas sensor. Sulfur dioxide gas sensor operate using proven fuel cell technology. Sensors are available in the following sizes: 20 diameter, the industry standard size portable gas detectors; 32 diameter package, the best choice for fixed site applications; miniature with proven long-term performance, sensor designed for the next generation of portable gas detectors. The SO2 range provides OEMs with reliable sensor for use in variety of applications. Strong signal levels combined with low zero current allow resolution below 1 ppm and an operating range for safety application up to 2000 ppm. The sensors are designed for use in both fixed site and portable instrument. The SO2 sensors offer electrolyte leak free guarantee and reliable long-term detection performance. The leak-proof housing is molded with a color-coded top for ease of identification. NOx sensors. The drive to develop nitrogen oxide sensors comes from environmental factors. NO gases can cause various problems such as smog and acid rain. Many governments around the world have passed laws to limit their emission, along with other combustible gas such as SOx, oxides of sulfur, CO, carbon monoxide, and CO2, carbon dioxide, and hydrocarbons. Companies have realized that one way of minimizing nitrogen oxide emissions is to first detect them and then employ some sort of feedback loop in the combustion process, minimizing NO. Due to the high temperature of the combustion environment, only certain types of materials can operate. The majority of NO sensors developed have been made out of ceramic type of metal oxides, the most common being Yttrium stabilized zirconia, which is currently used in the decades old oxygen sensors. The YSZ is compacted into a dense ceramic and conducts oxygen ions at the high temperatures of a tile pipe such as 400 degrees centigrade and above. To get a signal from the sensors, a pair of high temperature electrodes such as noble metals, platinum, gold, or palladium, or other metal oxides are placed into the surface, and the electrical signal such as the charge in voltage or current is measured as a function of nitrogen oxide concentration. So this is the end of this series on gas sensors. So whatever available information I have presented to you. Thank you for watching this video. Kindly subscribe to the channel so that we can review more of these type of tutorials in the coming days. Good day to you. This is Kadal Amudam from Chennai signing off.